Football's a funny game. I said on Saturday I thought we deserved to win over the 90 minutes, even though Albion had the penalty miss. I felt like we should have won. And then going in at half time today, I think Albion had a lot better chances in the first half today. I said that to Cully afterwards. I felt like we never really came out. We looked a bit rabbit in the headlights. We weren't passing the ball, we didn't keep it particularly well. The pitch weren't great, we knew that beforehand, but we just didn't seem to get a foothold in the game. And I went in at half time and I said, look, we got away with it on Saturday because they could have got the penalty, and we've got away with it tonight because we're 0-0. Now we've got to go out and prove and turn it round and show that you are a good side and what we believe in. And I felt like they did that. I think the goal calmed us down, the first goal, and obviously once we got the second, that were as good as game over really.
Albion had a lot of possession in the first half and they moved it around very well. How pleased were you with the defence in how they coped with the sustained pressure that they soaked up?
They were fantastic, the back four. Greg Porter came in at left back for us and did a fantastic job because Alex Lowe couldn't get out of work till later. And as it turned out, he picked up an injury with 5 or 10 minutes to go the first half, and Alex had got here just before half time, so it made us go back to the normal back four as well. But I thought the first half the back four were brilliant, and obviously look at the keeper, Jake Lofthouse. Over the 2 games he's saved a penalty and made 2 or 3 fantastic saves tonight, showing what a good keeper he is. So I'm proud of that. And Harry and Mick in midfield just struggled to get hold of it tonight, certainly in the first half, but then the second half they grew into the game and got on the ball, and once we started moving the ball about and getting the wide players involved, we looked like a different team.
How impressed are you with Harry in midfield, because he seems to have been a totally different player from last season?
Yeah, we've got to keep his feet on the ground. He's a young lad, but he's got a fantastic future ahead of him. I've said that to him. Spoke to him a couple of times on the phone this week, discussing with him. We were going to change his position tonight, but then I didn't want to lose him in the centre midfield, so we decided to put him back in there. He got his goal Saturday. He probably should have scored tonight when he decided to pass it instead of shooting, but he's going to be a great player for us. And I think tonight we've got to mention Ryan Sharrocks as well. I think that is, he's been at Railway for I think 3 or 4 years now, and I think without doubt that were his best performance. I thought he were outstanding. He's learning every game. He's getting into the team. He's getting one of the lads. He's growing with confidence, and I thought he were outstanding tonight.
I mean, certainly his pace down the wing seemed to trouble Albion defenders, and his pinpoint pass for Steve Bromley to score.
Yeah, he did it on Saturday a couple of times, a perfect ball, and he did the same again tonight, a great cross, and Steve Bromley's fantastic header of the ball, and he's headed it in, great finish. And then Bromers, like he is in and around the 6-yard box when the second one's dropped and put it in. And then as well, it's good to get Chris Ovington on the score sheet. So you look, 2 of the strikers have scored. We've got Dan Barrett and Marcus Day now from Harrogate Town as well, so them 2 will be part of it. And it's funny, I spoke to, good friends with Carts, I spoke to him about the 4 strikers Darlington have got and how Martin Gray rotates them regular. And it's just something, if they're doing it right, I think it's something we need to do. And we've got 4 strikers and we will rotate them. And it'll be difficult to keep all 4 of them happy, but I want them not to be happy, so that when they get in, they put a shift in like Dan Barrett did tonight when he came on. And all 4 of them will get the chances as the season goes on, there's no doubt about that. But if the 4 strikers are scoring goals, we don't need to look at anybody else. We're happy with the 4 front players, and then it's just a matter of us keeping clean sheets. And I've said that through pre-season. We look a lot stronger at the back now. We've got Simon Parks to come back in Saturday, who's again another top club man, and I think going into the game against Mansfield now we'll be full of confidence, and let's not underestimate them, because they're going to be a fantastic side who are probably going to be pushing for the title as well. So we'll enjoy tonight, and then we'll start preparing for Saturday.
What were your thoughts as the ball was played through to Chris Ovington? He ran in on goal for the 3rd.
You just, to be honest, the game then had gone. There were 5 minutes left. We were 2-0 up. I didn't see us conceding. We'd already discussed shoring up the midfield and bringing Ovo off. So the pleasing thing about it is that Chris has gone on and scored. I've been at him for the last couple of weeks that he's got to take his chances, and I've done that in a joking kind of way. But I'm sure some of it's hitting home. He's our contracted player, so the other lads do look up to him, and he's got to be there to score goals. And he's come in tonight and he's scored a few in pre-season, and he's brimming with confidence like the rest of the lads are.
So it looks like we're playing Norton in the next round?
Yeah, I've just heard Norton have won, which it's funny, it happened to us a couple of years ago as well when we were playing West Auckland pre-season, and we ended up cancelling that game because we drew them in the FA Cup. But we didn't feel the need to cancel it this time because we might have put the kiss of death on us not beating Albion or them not beating Whitley Bay, I think they were playing, but they've won it now, so it'd be good to catch up with them again. I know we won the friendly 2-1, but I'm sure they mixed and matched the team just as we did, and we'll go into that game full of confidence and hopefully win that. But before then we've got Mansfield, and then we'll have a League Cup game next week against Worsborough or Ollerton. They were playing tonight. So we've got 2 other games before that, so it's important now we forget about the FA Cup. You know, the club's reaped in history, we know that, with the 2 cup runs that they've had, certainly with Rob Northfield coming back in as well. It all seems to be linking in, but we've got to forget about the FA Cup, take the positives from tonight. We've got through a round, which we didn't do last year, and we're now on to the next one, so let's get a good league game under his belt, let's get the League Cup under his belt, and then go again next in the Saturday against the FA Cup. But 2 big games and a couple of training sessions first.
So as you said, Saturday the serious stuff starts, the league. Got any thoughts about your lineups?
No, I mean we'll have a look at that now over the next couple of days. We'll find out how the lads are. Greg Porter's obviously picked up an injury and is really disappointed, so we'll see how he is, and we'll build towards Saturday. Like I say, we've got Simon Parks coming, Marcus Day, they're both coming on Saturday, and they'll definitely both be in the squad, so we'll have to look at it, keep the lads fresh, that's another thing. We've got to keep the squad fresh going into every game and look to build. I mean, it's great, you go through last season, we only won 6 games, we know that, and we're going home on a night fed up, and tonight we can go and put a smile on his face and go with not just 3 goals but a clean sheet to boot.
Well, I believe this is the first time you've won at Farsley's ground, and I believe it's the first time you've won an FA Cup tie as manager, so congratulations on that, and let's hope for many more.
Cheers.